Hello my fellow Vikings and Valkyries, welcome back to next installment of Viking Conquest of Ancient Rome in Caesar 4. So in previous mission we have successfully gifted ourselves from Hippo Regius. It took a long time, and in the final mission we have two possible scenarios available. One is Carthago and the second one is Londinium. Now, I don't want to spoil the historical factography of this game, but since we are closing to the end of Republic as we know it, and we are closing to imperial part of the game and of Rome itself, it's worth noticing two things. One, Carthago was ordered to be built by Julius Caesar during Caesar imperial time, in the moment when he was the dictator of Rome, and not during the Republic era. Londinium, not sure when it was founded, but I am pretty sure that Rome entered Great Britain during Galician conquest of Julius Caesar in the late stages of Republic, after a big Sina revolt and war in Turkey. So, for people who are not familiar with the end of Republic, there was a moment in the Republic where there was kind of powerful military leader named Gaius Marius, who were kind of successful in North African campaign. He was fighting Numidians. Then, with help of I forgot the name. Was it Sika? Oh, come on. Now my memory failed me. Never mind that. With the help of one other person, and it ended up by kind of let's say a trap on existing king of Numidia, and well, let's say they have not agreed who was responsible for this victory of Rome. More or less, Gaius Marius thought that he was, and he was selling this image to Rome and to its people, and to erect his popularity. But the second guy, I don't know, still forgot the name. Come on. The second guy who actually turned the Republic apart was name is Sulla. Oh, Sulla. I forgot. Jesus, how could I forget? Never mind. It's not important. Sure. Then they returned to Rome, and then there was a big Germanic campaign of Teutons and some other Germanic tribe who were migrating across the German Frank part of Europe, and they were threatening Italy and ancient Rome as well. So there was a major fight going on in there, and Gaius Marius was the person who actually turned the tide of these events. And then next war started, and it started in region of northern Turkey, and there were disputes on who will be leading the charge. So Gaius Marius, successful military leader, but kind of old person, was not happy that this other, let's say, successful person, Sulla, was chosen by some random vote. So he then used some dirty politic tactics to remove him from the leading of this war with this region, and he managed that. And then something unexpected happened. Then Sulla was not happy with this approach in Pontian War, and so what he did, he turned his army back on Rome, and it was the first time in Roman history where some military leader took Rome in charge into the battle. So that happened, and then they sort of argued and agreed and argued and agreed, and then finally agreed that Sulla will go to Turkey to Pont Wars, and then that was like the moment he torn the Republic apart. And even though he then abstained from public life years later and with some title like dictator, and so it doesn't mean the same thing as today. Um, it's already like really weakened existing existing government and existing structures. And then there was a time when something called triumvirate was established, and it was the more famous people like Julius Caesar, Gaius Pompeius Magnus, and the third guy who was not so important, right? So the third guy was killed actually in some place in small Asia, which was at this region right here, if I'm not mistaken. I may be. So let's go back to the game, and what I was talking about is why was actually is that these events took some place, in time apart, and for me, the timing of these scenarios doesn't make sense. What I would expect would be some involvement in Pont Wars, which was happening here. It was big wars, estimated 80,000 Roman and Italic citizens killed, so a lot of people for those times. Nevertheless, here we are in Londinium, and let's listen up to our instructions.
The previous governor of Britannia was charged with building a colony at Londinium and maintaining the Britannic sea transport fleet. Within days of his arrival in the province, the former governor lost most of these ships in a storm, as well as gave up his entire treasury to a band of raiding Britons. Rome has since reassigned him to be an animal entertainment specialist in the employ of a Colosseum. Governor, Rome needs a strong hand to recover from this debacle, and you were recommended as someone who won't falter when faced with challenges. Therefore, you are to take charge of the province of Britannia, construct a city at Londinium, prepare timber for Rome's shipwrights to replenish the fleet, and see what you can do about the unwashed barbarians who we suspect will attack Londinium again unless dealt with firmly. Succeed in Londinium and attain the glory and thanks of Rome. Fail, and perhaps Rome will have the pleasure of seeing a governor versus governor fight in the arena.
All right, so that was introduction. I have got two notes in here. One, I really enjoy this kind of wording, like animal entertainment, a specialist in the employ of Coliseum. It reminds me of SpaceX unscheduled rapid disassembly, and I find it amusing, both of these examples. And you can leave a comment with more of these. I would enjoy that if you be watching and find it amusing as well. The second note is that the Unwashed Barbarians is kind of a funny pun for people who are interested in history, because if you will study some archives, you will find some note about manslaughter in 11th, 12th century, maybe 10th. I am not exactly sure about the exact century, but it was some Danish and descendants, let's say, or I do not want to say invaders, because the invader is really like aggressive connotation, but pilgrims. Let's say pilgrims. So some Viking Scandinavian pilgrims from Denmark who ended up in England, and they were killed in something we would call pogrom today. Um, and when they started to investigate why these people died and why so many of them, uh, there was an actual statement found in archives today that a local man explained that they killed them because they were grooming themselves too much. They were washing them. They saw themselves regularly once per week, right? They were washing their hair in customs of their own country. They were grooming their hair, so they felt that their wives, Anglo-Saxon wives, were looking on them more interested than they look on original husbands, and they felt threatened, so they killed them. Right? So that's unwashed barbarian for you. Hopefully, it change later on. Um, so we will start. We need 25 points of culture, 50 points of security. That will be hard. 30 points of prosperity, 45 points in favor, and some population. Right? It is actually interesting. Okay, I didn't know that. We have some version of Stonehenge in here with a name Ancient Worship Site. That's funny. Um, I pause the game and I will be investigating the area. I just wanted to say it's kind of interesting to me, and it's kind of worthy of some thought process that Viking Age basically began and ended in England Peninsula. So it basically started the time, the period of Viking Age started with sacking the monastery in 7th or 8th century. There was like a big event because you basically have functional country, and suddenly big monastery is raided brutally, people murdered, monastery is burned and sacked, and a lot of gold disappeared, and so it was shocking to the local population of that time. It was like a talk of the century. It was, maybe we can adjust it to similar to Pearl Harbor, because again, big event in that time. Everybody knew about it, and it was like the issue of the day, year, and maybe a century, as I said. So really big, really big event. And then it, of course, basically it's said that Viking Iron Age. That's the name of the era for Scandinavian people and culture. Ended in England as well with battle, where English king defeated some Viking leader, name of Harald. Not Bluetooth, but some Harald, I think.
Our city needs
so
more food.
That's kind of interesting moment in history. So we will need to build some wood industry, because we will be asked for a lot of wood, as the instruction said, and luckily we have a lot of trees. We have trees. That's a good part. And I saw iron and marble as well. We have 4 business partners. One of them wants some clothing. One of them wants 10 marble. Okay, that's like too much marble. I'm not sure we would be able to mine a 10 marble in a year. Next one, 20. Okay, here we go. So together, those 2 business partners want 30 marble. I mean, let's like 1 marble camp, or maybe 2, just to be secure. Oh my, oh my. And this Spanish business partner wants 20 weapons and 20 armor. So that's like the most precious resource we will have. They wanted, okay, cheers, mate. I mean, like, thanks from Britain. So let's start thinking right now. We have some pottery available. We have iron, timber, clay, and marble. We have food and we have sheep available. And as we know from instructions, we will have to dispatch some wood. Alright, I'm basically lost. I don't know what to start with because it's obvious to me we will need to sell some of armor and weapons we will make. But on the other hand, we also will need to like build a big army, and I suspect since it's the last game of Republic military playthrough, we will need a really big army in this place. And also there is a river here. I suppose it means a Thames River. That's kind of wider than I remember my visit in London. I mean, you can maybe like run with a pole in a hand and stick the pole in the middle and just jump over. I mean, try it with Thames. I'm like interested if that will work. So we will need to build a bridge as soon as possible. It will cost us something about 1,000. And why we will do that? Because we are afraid that enemy, if they will come, they will appear on the side. I mean, they usually keep themselves like we are on south and enemy camps are on north, so it's more probable they will come from this side than this side because this side is, I mean, our side. So that's that. But nevertheless, let's place some marble camps already, and as I said, we will place 2 of them. I mean, it's just too much. How we will do, how we will manage in future. And since we are in England, we can ask ourselves to marble or not to marble, right? I mean, one of the most important questions in medieval literature. If you will want to continue your struggles or to die immediately. If I remember my Hamlet correctly, of course. So let's keep it a little bit lighter for the moment in this war strategy game. I have built some iron mining camp as well, and I am thinking about how many weapons we will manage to squeeze in here. So let's just connect to our road system for now, and let's build some weapons. And we have 6 buildings. Let's go with 4 weapon factory for starters. I mean, yeah, why not? And also 4 armor factories as well. Alright. And then we are already awaiting the rule of thumb. Are you not? Let's build a warehouse for those goods, and you got it. Let's set up a goods that will be stored in warehouse. That's like the law in the game, right? So we are missing some wool industry that will fill our armor factories. And right now I'm thinking, let's go big. Let's go really, really big. Because we will need wool to armor factories. We will need wool to clothing factories that will be built later on. and we will sell this clothing from wool factories, from clothing factories as well. I saw there is option available, and then what will be left will be used in our city as well, but not for now. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sheep farms. Wow. I mean, maybe I went too big this time. I am never sure. 4, 5, 6, and you can see my OCD a little bit kicking in because uh, let's just build 4 more. No, it will break the pattern. It's too large already. So the next step is timber. We are missing some timber, and we will build some timber as well. And since we have the information that we will need a lot of timber, we will build a lot of timber cutting camps. And with that, we will also, which is unusual for my gameplay style, we will build a warehouse for timber as well. Reason for that is that I'm expecting that there will be a lot of incoming requests for timber, so it will be good to have it stored. Now, I was also talking about clothing, and we will need 40 pieces of clothes. So where we will put it? We have farms in here, so let's just prolong this particular area. We have some clothing factories. 1, 2, that was 40, right? Let me check once again. It's 40. So let's just go with 6 factories. Let's play half a year and let's see after the buildings are filled. Let's see how that went. And let's also add a warehouse. And the rule of thumb, you got it, is clothing. Right. So what we are missing now is some trade opened. Let's distinguishly open all the marble will be sold, and let's open this one as well. My first initial thought in here is that we will probably try firstly to sell the weapons, armor, and armor, and then what will be left we will use for our purposes. So I mean, gradually building the army from that point of view, rather than firstly building the army and then selling what's left, because that approach, I mean, if we want big army, that won't work, right? So let's start with those 2 trade ports, and we are already missing a lot of money. And since we ended our last game in such a way we did, we will probably be in trouble because we do not have anything left in our treasury. So let's say my family money won't help in here. Okay, so that's trade port done. I'm setting some numbers in there because I'm expecting we will be in the future buying some of these imports. And let's also put some prefects and engineering in here as well. So I think that's our industry set up, at least like the gist of it, the basics, let's say. And now let's check how many people
Our city
we
needs
will
more food.
need for this kind of
Our
setup.
city's labor system is running fairly smoothly.
2,000 people. So that's you know what? Let's pause for a moment. Let's think about it. My initial thought is, okay, let's just build 20 plebs houses and be gone. But since we are already creating clothing and we will not use this clothing for our plebs, I noticed something different, and that's clay pit. So what I'm thinking, yeah, let's build a pottery factory as well, and let's put it directly to this place right here. Yeah, let's just go with 4 for now. And also we will need a warehouse. That one small square in here is driving me nuts, but there is no other option left. So this will be a warehouse for pottery, and also we will do some clay digging camp. Let's just go with 3 for now. Should be enough. And let's check how
Our
many
city's
people.
labor
Now we
system
need
is running
2,000
fairly
people.
smoothly.
So that's 20 fully not fully 20 plebs houses, small insulas upgraded on a second level. And now let's start with our food industry. And food in this particular campaign will be a little problematic. I mean, a whole game, a whole scenario seems to me that will be, let's say, just annoying than hard. I mean, I suppose there will be requests for timber. I suppose we will struggle with building space, because currently we are focusing ourselves around this agreeable land, and this is unfit for any kind of normal building. And this area, I do not want to cut it down because it's the trees and we need those trees, right? So I mean, I think we will be having troubles in here. So that's my initial thought about this map. Let's build 6 grain farms that will take care of our grain fields. Let's make them straight and narrow. This is some angle of building I do not personally like, because there are 2 options on how you put your grain farm, and I'm just showing it right now. So you can do it like this, or like this, or like this. And what's the correct narrow, straight? I mean, you know what I mean. And I don't like it. I like the idea that you have this not perpendicular roads, a 45-degree angle, and that's but I like the idea you can precisely place the building on these kind of roads, but there is 2 options on how to place them, and I don't like them. So we have built our farms. Now what we need is a granary, maybe 2 of them, and I sort of bravely built a road, because you fit 3 granaries in here and we will fit 1. That happens. I mean, we have been here, right? So that's
Our city's labor system is running fairly smoothly.
And we currently need 2,500 plebs people. And just let me check.
Our city's cultural
It's
standard
actually more
needs
than
work.
is needed for limit of this
Our
map.
city's labor system is running fairly smoothly.
And 500. That's something about 24 houses that's been upgraded, if I'm not mistaken. So let's just start with it, right? And let's use our pattern we have developed. And that's 5 houses in a row. And now let's turn them around and let's do it like that. We'll keep this space open. It doesn't bother me a lot right now, even though it's not the pattern we used before. But as I said, I don't really care right now. The original pattern, I'm building it upside down right now, was to have a house in here and in here and in here. But let's just skip it for now. We are already in negative numbers with our balance, and that's okay for now. It won't be in the future when our favor will start to drop down, and some attackers probably will come to our city as well. Okay, so I will delete a few trees in here. I lied, I'm sorry, but it's just a small amount. And if it would be possible, I would plant some other tree in
Our city's labor system is running.
Our city's cultural state.
How's our
city is
finances?
in
We
debt.
have spent a lot of money, of course.
Rome considers
And
your
we have
efforts to be
149 in
mediocre.
saving. Let's just send some porcelain as a gift, and maybe and togas as well, because who wouldn't want in ancient Rome? Who wouldn't want some nice togas from Londinium, right? Just quickly do the pump house. I mean, one of the peak of your engineering in this game is when you build a pump house and then you directly connect it to your reservoir without any aqueduct. That's like the big peak engineering of planning of the city as I have ever done and witnessed. At the same time, I couldn't think about anything else that's better than this. Genuinely, I mean, like, I cannot figure it out. Maybe there are some. You can leave me a message if you know about something that's even more nicely done. And I mean it like when you plan it and then you do it. Not that you like specifically place this reservoir next to this and maybe it will reach it. No, I mean from the beginning when you plan it and then it just clicks in a place. So I have built some basic goods and food market for our plebs. Oh, I mean for our people, and it's closed for plebs for now. And let's also turn off the clothing industry because we do not want it.
Rome
right
considers
now.
your efforts to be
And also
mediocre.
we are missing prefect offices. We are missing engineering offices, and big no, we are missing gods coverage, and we are missing fountains. So we're missing a lot of things. And I was like, I'm ready. We can do it. We can do it. And turns out we cannot because we need to cut down these trees as well, and I do not like myself right now. So it's Shrine to Mars and Shrine to Mercury, Ceres and Bacchus as well. And let's also add Fountain and Tax Office. That should be sufficient.
Rome can.
Our city's labor system is running
It's
fairly smoothly.
We are having 46 equids that will end up unemployed. I mean, what have we done in previous games that helped us in this situation? I remember the previous one we built a drill yard. That's okay, but what about the even previous games? Like, what have we done to fix this issue? I have a quick solution for that, and you haven't seen it. It was like that from very beginning. Okay.
Our city's
So
labor system is running fairly
that's
smoothly.
200 equid houses. Something in plus. I don't know how much.
Our city.
Currently. So
More attention must be paid to our city's prosperity.
will we build more houses? I think we will, even though we are really running really low on money right now. We will build more houses for plebs, and that this really grinds my gear. That, come on, that road, that one piece of road. Oh man, I really do not have enough money to cover it. Likely because it costs too much, and you know. Why is it so hard sometimes? So I will not count it up now, but we have some buildings placed in here. It's not the perfect location for houses, but we will like add some services in the future in here, maybe even somewhere else, because we will need those patricians in the future. Right, so I mean, I've been talking a lot since I started the game, and I don't see that. Yeah, perfect. Oh, come on. I wanted to say I see not that I neglected nothing. Yeah, they're here. Never mind. And I also need to set
Our
up some
city's labor
priorities
system
in
is running
our
fairly smoothly.
priority system. Let's lower the industry for now.
Rome considers
Oh,
your
okay.
efforts to be
Let's unpause
mediocre.
the game and just pray for the best right now, because I see a lot of problems starting in the area really soon. Right. At least like to stay on positive side of mine process, at least we do not have to import iron right now. It's like, should we have imported something to begin the game, I think we will be in a big financial troubles, and since a lot of us are in real life, it's not something you want to see in a game, right? So the city is starting to slowly pile up with people. Some grain fields are already being managed. Not much, but it's starting. And that's something. Yep.
Rome considers your efforts to be mediocre.
So we are failing in our favor with Rome because we are.
Our
in
city
big
needs
debt.
more workers.
And I will level up prefects and engineers for now. It's a kind of bold move actually. And I'll just monitor the risk myself a little bit and then act accordingly if needed to. But I mean, we are in the phase where this kind of micromanagement is needed. We already are. Because We are 3,000 in debt, and that's not good. And how did that happen? 3,000. It's like a lot.
Our city needs more.
Our city is in debt. This situation will not
I
long
mean,
be tolerated.
Yeah, the obvious problem is that we
Rome
didn't have any
considers
money
your
in
efforts to
our
be mediocre.
treasury, so that didn't help a lot. I sent one more gift to Rome, hopefully the last one. Let's
Rome con
Our city needs more workers.
let's again stuff up our engineers, because we see some collapse risk already in our city, which is not good. I mean, are we going there or not? Is it just the graphic mistakes, or what's happening? Should write something like "may collapse." Let's check fire. Fire is fine. Let's check collapse once again. Okay, so it was just some minor bug that the core did not change. It's okay. Never mind. So, how many people
Our city
are we
needs
missing?
more
We are
workers.
missing 700 people. Let's normalize our numbers so everything will work now, even though not on a full employment. There are still some houses that are left to open to migration. I think only 2 or 3 of them already. So that means we are starting to need the next level of our houses. But
Our city needs more
400
workers.
people. Yeah, we can. So as soon as those equids are filled with basic goods, and it will be basic goods from these pottery factories, we will open it for our plebs as well. It will take time. It will take some time. Not sure how much, but some time. Sure. And we will need to
Our city needs more work.
do several
Our city is-
important
Rome
things
considers
when
your
we will
efforts to
have
be
the chance. One
mediocre.
of them is to build a bridge, one of them is to build the army, and one of them is to expand our agriculture, because those number of farms with those number of granaries are not sufficient for the population of this amount. But first things first, we need to get out of debt. Factories are working, trade ports are filled. I even saw that, I think that the marble was sold already. Yep, marble was sold. So, you know, just in order
Rome-
to
Our
spare
city is
some,
enjoying the fruits of as much
spare some
Our city needs
not
more.
the button I
Our
want.
favor with Rome must
To spare some
Our city is
employment.
enjoying the
Let's
fruits.
Our
mothball
city
this.
needs more workers.
So this won't work right now. It will be needed in January, but never mind that. And, they are selling 10 and they are selling 20, so let's speed up the process a little bit. And we are seeing some pottery in our equid houses, so that means we will open the market for our plebs, and we are in positive numbers again.
Our
In
city
positive
needs.
balance,
Rome con-
because we have
Our
sold
city is
some
enjoying the
weapons.
Our city
and
needs more
armor
workers.
already. So we need to upgrade these buildings now, and we need to start to build the army. So I will add one more food market. I will add it in here, because I just think they deserve it. You know, it's one food market for so many people. You don't have time to rotate that and that amount of food. So we sold
Our city
something.
needs more workers.
We sold 20 weapons. We sold 16 armor already. We also sold most of our marble and clothing, and it's March. So that
Our
means
city needs
our trade
The
will
finances
not
of
be
our city
strong.
are currently
This
all in
is
order.
not strong numbers, actually. So I'm thinking as soon
Our
yeah,
city needs
as
more
soon as
workers.
military is taken care of, and maybe a bridge, let's start with patricians as soon as possible, which also means we will need some furniture factory, utensils factory as well, in order to have some luxury. We will need to speed up this process. We've already been there several times. This is the final part of the game, so we know what we are doing, right? So let's build recruitment post, and let's also add mesa hall. This goes to granaries, and
Our city needs more workers.
let's wait a little bit so they will start. Oh, here we are. Hello there. So let's build a fort in advance, and I'm thinking let's build 2 of them. This will be probably our financial maximum in the current
We do
environment.
not have enough.
Because
Rome considers your efforts to be mediocre.
let's donate 400 to city as well, because we are fulfilled in trade potential in this year already, and I mean, it will just be decreasing these numbers from now on. So maybe just the clothing a little bit. Yeah, so two pieces of marble and 1 piece of clothes, and that's it. So that's not the good numbers for our trade. And while our army is being built, we can a little bit prepare our infrastructure for patricians. And let me just give it a thought for now, where we will gonna squeeze our aqueduct system. Yes, this will do. This will do. So let's just place the reservoir and ban it. So there will be no workers in there. We are able to establish water connection with this reservoir as well.
Rome considers.
And
We do
have
not have enough
400
jobs for
unemployed,
all of our workers.
Whoops. So, first thing first, I was talking about enhancing our agriculture, and let's do this right now. Let's add some vegetable farms, and I paused the game because I am kind of rushing right now, actually. I want to build patricians as soon as possible, and that means also to have some factories as well. So let's add some vegetable farms in here. It's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, we will build 5 of them, and because I'm feeling fancy today, let's also build cattle pasture for some cow business, because we will need those animals in Colosseum at least in future. And that also means 1, 2, and 3 cattle farm. And this is something I dislike. This is the moment where I really dislike my building approach, because there are empty spaces in here where there is not the next in here as well. There's missing the schematic, or I don't know how to say it even. I'm so disgusted with myself for that particular problem. So this
We do not
is
have enough jobs for
some,
all of our workers.
enhanced food business, and we are having a space for some furniture and utensils factory as well. Hopefully we have enough iron. Yeah, we do. So let's just build 3 and 3 pieces of each, and this time I will build only one warehouse, because I'm kind of running out of space in here, and actually we just need a small warehouse for them. So this building is closed.
Our city needs
we
more
are missing
workers.
some people right now. This
Rome
this will
considers
be
your efforts to be
fixed
mediocre.
soon. And there are 2 Gaulish infantry with terrible chances. Okay. We are running out of the
The
finances,
finances
as well,
of our
because
city
we
are
spent
currently all in
4,000
order.
for some constructions already. And as I said, we are running out of the numbers we gathered on the beginning of the year. So what is the solution right now? There is none. There is none, actually. And I'm not sure what to do with that information as well.
Rome considers your efforts to be
still have some
mediocre.
favors, so hopefully when we drop to some negative numbers or close to that 0, non-equids will leave the city. I was just hope for that, because I would. And who wouldn't, right? Like, without pay, live in some distant province somewhere so far from Rome that you need to cross the La Manche. Not was the name that time, and be in the risk of being attacked by some barbarians, some paint over the body, which were some native inhabitants of Ireland at this time of year and age. It reminds me, though, of a story, so-called Cheddar Man. It's not named after the cheese. The cheese is named after the town or city, or what that is. And they found some I think from some they found some remains of people who used to live in that area, and by saying people, I'm not sure exactly. Maybe it was sort of mix between Homo sapiens and Homo neanderthalis. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe only the Neanderthals actually, but again, I'm not sure. And they found it in a town like 20 kilometers far away. There is a living descendant of that particular person. So his family for like 50 or so generations did not move at all. And we have the demand for timber, and that's nice, because that's why we built this particular warehouse, which was filled a few seconds ago. We are in positive numbers
Our
again.
city needs
Some
more
equids
workers.
left, so yeah, we'll have to live with that information for now. But never mind. I will just do some adjustment for prefects and engineers in this area, because even though this looks kind of comfy and nice, it's actually sort of revolting for me. And I have built basic goods market only for equids, which will serve clothing as well. So that's that done.
Our
and
city
how
needs
does
more
it look?
workers.
It's still not.
The finances of our...
Rome considers your efforts to be
How
mediocre.
our
Currently,
Legion
there are
goods,
no known
they
enemy
are
threats to the
confident
city.
in forward. So that's that happening. Okay.
Currently, there are no known enemy threats to the city.
Let's just fill up already. Come on. Come on. Go. 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 There is one in here, and what about this one? Also this one. Okay. So quickly, let's try to build a third one. I mean, close to Stone Age. What would happen to us if we will destroy this Stone Age? I mean, I don't think Romans did that in the past. I think I read about something that Stone Age was
Currently,
partially
we do not
rebuilt.
have
I'm
enough
not
jobs
sure
for
how
all-
much
We have
it's
an
partially.
outstanding order that must be fulfilled
Maybe
soon.
it's a myth. I'm not sure, because I mean, take a history book and show me what is not a myth. Half of the information in the history books are not factually correct, right? So always a good memento to use a rule that's called Occam's razor, which in this particular scenario tells us the event that is more probable is probably the most truthful, right? So let's, for example, take moon landing. In order to fake the moon landing, you would have to bribe the whole NASA organization, their Soviet concurrents. I don't want to say enemies, because they were not enemies per se. They were focusing on the same goal, but with different political background. So for me, there were not, I mean, the scientists in the space industry. Then you would have to bribe some astronomers. You would have to bribe all the planetaria. You would have to basically bribe every person with a working laser, because till today they left some reflecting material on the moon. So till today you can just buy a receiver and just shoot the laser to the moon, and it will come back. The signal will come back. So, and I think it was portrayed in the Big Bang Theory, the series, somewhere in the beginning, maybe, not sure. So this is like a case one. Okay, let's just pretend it's possible. So that means bribing seriously a lot of amount of people, from who no one could have talk in media or somewhere on the internet where it's free that it's fake and you will bribe, etc., etc. Or you actually do that. I mean, what's more probable? For some people, it's more probable that the American government bribed everyone and everywhere, and it's just a big notion. And okay, if you believe that, I'm happy for you that you are determined in your opinion. From my education, I am used to not be 100% right in all times. Yes, we managed to build 6 more soldiers, and now we have excellent chances in winning this battle. So let's say my mind is doubtful for all the information, and if you present me with some new evidence, I mean, who am I not to accept it? So, for example, I think I was talking about it in previous video about how gladiators were actually more like wrestling fighters than real battle warriors of ancient Rome. This was also some fact that changed what I thought, and I thought that for a long period of time, and I even argued with my history teacher in school because the teacher was, you know, fundamental in his views. So that happens. Right. So
Rome considers your
we have
efforts.
another year.
The finances of our city are
behind us,
currently
basically.
all in order.
We have fixed our finances a little bit by not spending. That's also a way, some frugal living, some essentialism in here.
We do not have enough
We
jobs
have
for all of our
29
workers.
unemployed plebs, so that's like optimized to basically equilibrium right now, and without even like much work, because we are in second iteration of factory building and we didn't do anything else yet. I mean, not specifically for unemployment optimization. So
Rome
that's
considers your
nice.
efforts to be
Our favor with
We
Rome
can
must
also check our
rise for the
rating,
prestige of our
so
city.
Nothing extra
Our
interesting
city is
in here.
enjoying the fruits of as much trade as possible.
So our clothing is working fine. We have for now enough furniture and utensils, so I think we are ready.
There are a
to
few
upgrade
areas of the city that would benefit.
Our city's piety will surely
upgrade
gain us some
our
patrician
equids
with
and to
Currently,
build
there are no known enemy
some,
threats to the city.
plebs. Not plebs, I'm sorry, some patricians' houses. So let's build luxury market, and we are finally seeing some unemployment in here. And it would be nice if we will fit exotic market as well, and we will. That's nice. That's some a fine level of adjustment in here as well. And just for the sake of, you know, desirability in the area, I have just did some hedge grow, because I realized that throughout the series I kind of abandoned this idea. I'm rushing time a little bit with my playthrough, because I understand that you do not want to watch a 2-hour long video of me planting trees in some obscure old game. So yeah, I mean, I also understand you do not want to watch me play some old obscure video game, right? So never mind that.
Currently, there
We do not have enough jobs for all of our workers.
So that's that. So I'm just like thinking, just do some small money spending in here. We are in next year already, so means we will see some growth in our money, and we can open this reservoir. Okay, Rome demands a lot of military support in this game, and don't worry, we will do it right now until I forget. We will build a next fort as well. Let's line M down. Oh come on! But I don't want to. But I kind of have to do it like this. That's not nice. I don't like it. But never mind. I told you this game will be a problem of space a lot. So back to the game. In here, let's build some patricians. Of course, they have a problem with desirability in this area, and that's understandable. We will also need to like we need to not forget that we need to leave some space open, because the space will be used for our entertaining and educational purposes of these patricians, and maybe even some gods. And I don't, in my gameplay, I don't buy marble for some gods if it's possible or available. And so available is the correct word. So if there is a marble trade available, and it sometimes is, I tend to not buy it. And you are maybe asking what I'm talking about if you do not know the game well. Since this particular scenario, we have been building only shrines of gods, so these buildings. But we are also able to build a temple of particular gods, which are much more larger. They take much more space, but also they have a much larger coverage of area. So it's something you want to consider as well. I don't particularly like them because they do the same exact thing as shrines, apart maybe from like having some god happy or more happier. They take more workers, so if I do them at all, I build them in large cities with big industry, with big cash flow running in and out, with large amount of people living in there. Because if you have 5 equid houses, you really are under the radar of this kind of establishment. And as you can see, while I'm talking about temples, I am also building my signature plaza, because there is really big desirability problem for these mansions. And the reason for that is they are really close to granaries, and they are close to our timber industry as well in here, for at least for their taste. Let's say it like that. And I do not blame them. That's why I agree for the present plaza. So how is our...
We do not have enough jobs for all of our workers.
We have unemployed plus, that's good. I thought we have a problem in here with these markets built, never mind that, but we have also ship it right away. We have so much marble because we are able to sell only 30 of our marble storage. And these numbers are finished. So how is our health? Clinic is nice. We are missing bathhouse. And here we can see the reason why I don't like forgetting about some problem in the past. Because I forget about this particular problem with this road, and I already built patricians, and I do not want to delete all of this and rebuild it again. So now we are stuck with this small problem on the road. Now we have medium villa, which is nice, and we already need some entertainment in here, so let's build a theater. Which of course needs an actor guild, and that's not a problem for us, right?
Our city needs more
And now
workers.
we are missing Equid's dead. That's fine. That's a completely normal phenomenon, which will help us in the future. Right. We have low food stocks. That's something particularly interesting because we used to have only 2 granaries and five grain farms for 2,500 people, and it was full all the time. Now we have enlarged the vegetable farms and cattle farms as well for our people, and suddenly it's empty. And
Our city needs...
it does
Currently,
not
there are
look
no known enemy threats to the city.
Now,
Rome considers your
demands
efforts to be
support for
mediocre.
a big army coming in, but we already have 3 armies fighting abroad, and we do not have any information about what happened. And I'm thinking maybe this is the bug we encountered in the first ever game. Was that the first one? Maybe the first one, yeah. Maybe first or second one, I'm not sure. First one, yeah. And I think it has something to do with the fact that we send the armies too late, maybe? So I'm giving it like a minute or 2 and I will destroy this fort. And was it a minute? Was it not? Was it a minute? Was it not? Let's destroy the fort. And let's rebuild it, because we need those soldiers as soon as possible. And again, we are running out of the money.
Rome. Our city
Is our
needs more
labor
workers.
like not good? Not good.
Our city needs more workers.
It's fine, and maybe I have an idea in my mind that I will destroy this Bacchus temple and move him closer to these particular mansions, so they would evolve. Yes, they are evolving right now. Okay, this is one unlucky mention in here. Right.
Our city's
So-
labor system is run...
Currently, there are no known enemy threats to the city.
This army is starting to build, and I almost forgot we need the bridge as well. And I'm just waiting for the money to start flowing in. It takes a lot of time this time, maybe because I'm keeping this one on drag. Not sure. Oh yeah, here we are. So 720, will we manage to make it less? It's even more expensive. Okay, so 720 it is. And let's start. I think we are having enough room in this area, so let's just build some. And just to be sure, let's add in this particular area as well. By this particular area, I mean behind the river, or across the river. If you will. And I have started to build some fortification already. You can see that these guys will evolve with city walls already. It will take a lot of time to build walls around this city, and we have been demanded on the army, but since there is a bug in the game or something and these guys did not return, we won't send it right now. mean, even chances, we have seen even chances already, right? And we will not send it.
Currently, thou
Rome considers your efforts to be mediocre.
In our favor will probably fall a lot, but oh, well, who cares, right? Right now. So there is some invasion going in. Let's save the game because I do not know what to expect, and I mean I'm still intrigued that these guys did not return. Your army on the way to Londinium to do battle. Okay. Takes them a lot of time. Fine, maybe 2 years or so. So our villas are evolved to large level. That's second level in a row. So first level is medium villa, from small villa of course. And I'm thinking whether I should destroy this particular villa in here because the theater and odium is not reaching in. What about our clinic? Clinic is reaching in. And what about Bacchus Shrine is also reaching in, so I'm not sure because I don't want to build a second theater in here just for one building. It doesn't make sense to me. Nevertheless, they want some exotic goods and we can try to provide it. We will just start with one small batch of perfume. And you may ask why perfume, and the reason is, I don't know, I just chose it randomly. Because it doesn't even matter. Actually, really it doesn't matter which one you will do. And reminds me the amount of available exotic food goods in here. Reminds me of one mission from economic part of the game. I think it's in Dacia. Not Sandero, but the region Dacia, which is in Romania today, and the car manufacturer is named after this. And there you need to extensively buy all the exotic goods from like Asia and Caucasus region and so on. And then you need to sell it to Rome, and they also have a lot of requests. I think it's from Imperial part, I'm not sure.
Rome considers your...
The finance...
It's
Our
kind
city's
of...
labor system is...
It's
Our
kind
city's
of,
cultural
let's say
standard
hard.
needs work.
It's kind of not pleasant experience to me. Okay, I'm gonna delete these forts because it doesn't make sense to me at all. These are fully equipped, so let's delete it. And if if now the game will tell me, oh, your army won, and it costs every turn, I'll be angry. Really angry. maybe load the game anyway because weapons and armor are really expensive. And so here we are. We have 0 soldiers right now. Maybe
Our city's cultural...
We would do well to remember the gods more often.
Our city's labor system is running fairly smoothly.
But I'm just thinking, let's build Mars Shrine in here for now. Because it actually can help us a little bit with our it's not a problem right now, but we have lower coverage of our gods, and I already mentioned that I will be expanding the services in here, and also I will be building some equids as well, because we are missing these people currently in our city. So, nevertheless, let's try this approach, which may result in some benefit from blessing from our God. Hopefully, fingers crossed. We will manage it before the invasion will come. And in case of game reload, because of the British invasion, you need to remind me to. You need to remind me. I mean, in case I'm just thinking, if now the game will end with our failure, let's say it like that, I probably would start again, but I would need to rewatch my Jibber Jabber thoughts about the history, because I find it interesting, and I'm a person who laughs at its own jokes, and also I'm a person who likes to listen to myself when I'm spitting some unnecessary facts. So that's me. Now our villas got some exotic goods, so now they are wanting education, and we don't need no education, right? I don't know if it's legal for me to say goods, right? I'm not sure. Okay, and here is the British invasion. So let's pause the game for a moment and let's see what we are facing. We have one skirmisher, one heavy infantry, one heavy infantry, one skirmisher, one heavy infantry, one skirmisher, one heavy infantry, and one heavy infantry. So a lot of heavy infantry and a lot of skirmishers. Just a rule of thumb in case of enemy invasion. Let's check our edges of map, because I'm not 100% sure that all the army is on that side, and I think it's a problem. I think it's a problem that everybody spawned on that particular place, because we have two forts in this region, in this part of our map, which is not good. It will take time for them to cross the river and then cross the city. And we have 3 forts in here as well. So my initial thought is that
You don't have to be crazy to
these
join the
guys
Legion,
in
but it sure helps.
somewhere around here.
That which does
You
not
guys
kill
as
us
well,
makes us stronger.
You guys.
In Permovale.
And
I
we
only
got
need
the
to know
benefit-
one thing.
beneficial,
Where they are.
From Mars.
In Permovale.
The problem is
The glory is not
we have
mine,
2
but
heavy
Rome's.
legions who
The
are
glory is not
engaging with
mine,
enemy,
but Rome's.
and they are engaging with skirmishers, and these skirmishers are with heavy infantry as well, but we have 4 more
The glory is not Rome. We do more waiting around at 6 a.m. than most people do all day.
Utasies! In Permovale.
I assume that
It is a good day to die.
they're facing large enemies. Out speedily. What is important to me right now is what these guys will attack right now. Of course they will attack by force, but after that, before those guys
You don't have to be crazy to
from,
join the Legion,
second
but it
part
sure
of town,
helps.
yes, of course, will arrive.
Pro Roma!
kind of strange to me.
In
that,
Hermovale.
these soldiers have problems let's say stocking inside the roads, because the roads
Ut bellum!
was why Roman armies
I only
were
need to know one
successful
thing. Where
in
they are.
managing the Imperium.
It is a good day to die.
Since they had this kind of
We don't have to be crazy to win the league.
country, which helped them a lot. A lot. I think it helped them even more than their specific system of tortoise fighting.
We do more waiting around at 6 a.m. than most people do all day.
Looks like it defeated the most of
Pro Kaiser!
soldiers, and we lost 2 forts. That's understandable due to the situation of how enemy spawn is. We have fulfilled. So we lost 40 soldiers and 40 weapons and armors, and I think that's okay-ish. I mean, I'm not happy with that, but on the other hand, I'm not sad as well. So let's build those forts again, and as you can see, I'm building a third one. And also, let's start some education. We do not have enough money for food education yet, so it will be just a small
We do
education
not.
for now.
Rome considers your efforts to be mediocre.
Yes, we are mediocre, but it's okay. There is a small state. You can here, it's also fine. So let's build arena in here. Little arena will fill all the room. This one. Yes, it will. Great. That makes me happy. So let's build a gladiator guild as well. And just for the sake that these guys are in our resources, I will just build the bloody odium in here. And since we are in Londinium, the proper cursing in this campaign, in this particular scenario, should be bloody hell, right? That's what the British are famous for in cursing. I mean, in a non-adulty way. So let's say Harry Potter. We got some message that we are not having a lot of time, which is also understandable. But I do not have the solution for this problem, apart from destroying maybe these farms and replacing them with 2 grain fields. So first problem are behind us, hopefully. Those estates want some more exotic goods. We are having enough timber for our rulers. That's also like good news. And let's buy honey. And if you ask me why this particular one, I don't know. It doesn't have to make sense, right? So we have medium villa in here. That means that they will at least start to pay some taxes. We can also check it on tax collection part, and it looks nice. Potential taxes are something I do not understand. So yeah, okay, so that's just how potential taxes look like. So food market is like one of the best sources. Oh, alright. Never mind that. We have some requests for military support. Okay. Hopefully this. I mean, do we want to send all of them? Oh, it's not all of them. Okay, okay, let's go. So, there's some desirability problem, request for exotic goods problem, that's fine by me for now. Still want some desirability. And let's check out our
Rome
ratings,
considers
More attention must be paid to our city's
we fulfilled
prosperity.
culture, that's nice. We will fulfill security soon because it fall because of the invasion, and we are closing our prosperity. So we are far more advanced than I suppose we will be in this particular moment. Okay, I mean that's good news. There is one tricky moment in building fortification, and I already spoke about it in some previous videos, and that's distribution of gatehouses. Reason for that is when you have enemy army incoming in to your city, especially close to your gatehouse, the gatehouse will close and your armies cannot go to the other side, apart from, of course, obvious way. So I mean, I'm darker today, right? Wanted to keep it light, and it's fourth time when I do not. Never mind that. We have one distant battle, which means yes, and our
We do
soldiers
more
actually
waiting in line
return
by 6
this
a.m. than
time.
most people do
So
all day.
maybe just the first time was. Maybe like the developers of the game did not expect it. Someone will manage with that, so they just let's not implement this. We will do this in future releases, and then a future release never came. Happens a lot in software development, and you would be surprised, and I mean surprised on how some features are done. We will wait until we have more money for this fortification to be built. So, how is our city doing?
More attention must be paid.
Our city needs more workers.
We are missing some people, of course, because we built
Our
campuses.
city
That
needs
makes
more
sense.
workers.
We need to make a buffer. Again, my favorite thing to do with military buildings, and just for the sake of nice and strategic allocation of houses, let's build 2 houses in here. And I know I told you, I suppose you, or I understand that you do not want to watch me plant some trees, but I really needed to boost desirability in this region.
Our city's labor
we
system
are
is running
missing
fairly smoothly.
religion and justice. Right. So what's stopping us from winning basically is 2 reasons. One is lack of money, which will help us to encircle our city with fortification, which will help us to upgrade this equipped building, which will finish our prosperity problem, and if it will not, which it will, we will have enough people to employ them in religion and justice system in this area. but
Our cities,
we do not need
More
that
attention must
at
be
all.
paid to our city's
I
prosperity.
mean, we are closing to prosperity, so um, we can just turn off now, and I mean, it's kind of buggered to me because this particular scenario did not deliver it for me at all. I mean, at all. I will just at least show you a temple if I'm in here with that lot of marble hanging around in my city. And let's try Mercury Temple for starters, and maybe let's add one more in future if we have the budget, which we will not. And our estates are already evolving right now. We can just add 2 more recruits, which yes, here we
Your
are.
name and deeds are legendary in Rome, Governor. Your greatness has made you more powerful than any other in the Republic. Some in the Senate fear you have become like a king. Whatever the truth in that, though, the entire Republic is yours to govern now.
And that's what I was talking about. The reason the structures of Rome try to, let's say, watch over some important figures in Rome society, like Sulla and Caesar and others, was that there was a fear in Senate that they are too powerful and they are becoming kings. We are not in that part of development yet. Now, this game was quick, actually, quicker than I expected to, and as I said 1 minute ago, it didn't deliver it to me like this is the final playthrough in military scenario for Republic. I know there are 7 more scenarios in Imperial, but I expected more. I mean, we had to send our armies 3 times. By Caesar, we did the first one, then we encountered the bug that they did not return. Then there was a demand for next army. We kind of skipped over that because the game did not return our soldiers to us. And then there was the invasion, which was a little harder, but I mean, there were catapults in a few scenarios back, and I understand that native people of English lands in these periods of time did not have catapults. I understand that, but I mean, they are in the game. So I'm kind of disappointed actually. Nevertheless, this is our Republic campaign. I hope you enjoy it with me. I hope maybe you learn something from my jibber jabber about some historic facts that I do not remember correctly or at all. And I hope I'll see you with my Imperial playthrough. So goodbye and stay safe and stay healthy.